Let me check it out. Oh, Yasin always says, put your screen on full screen, mother. Full screen, good.
Yes.
So,
Have everybody.
so I think with this, so now, hold on, let me check my phone. Are we live? Yes, we are live. Live. I'm not seeing us, but we are live. Greetings, everybody. Let us start. If this is a tribute, then it's best we start with the music. So, wrong computer, must have have mercy, Lord. Ooh, I'm biased. Rise and shine. What do you think? Or Love Fire?
Not like Rise and Shine. Love anyone. I'm a fan of the music. Love Fire is good though. Start with Love Fire. Tree hot.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Greetings, everybody. We have to start the show the way. The reason for the show today is in honor and tribute to the one and the only Mr. Bunny Wailer, JahB. Welcome once again to another edition of Reggae Rasta Reasoning. This is our 5th edition, and I have to say a big, massive thank you to everybody who tunes in. And the wonderful thing, after the show has aired, people continue to watch the shows. So we are so grateful. We thank you so much for tuning in every month. Sorry, we never see you no last month. Itches and glitches and life and things was going on. So we were unfortunately unable to have a session last month. But thank you for coming back this month. And we definitely had to give thanks to our elder who passed away not too long ago. But you know something? Not to dismiss that he's passed, but it's almost like when some people pass on to ancestry. Could you please, Troytanium, can you please put your mute on if you're not talking? Because we can hear some of the sounds in your room, if you don't mind. Thank you so much. So yes, John is on his way. We have 2 guests with us at the moment, and today is simply about Bunny Wailer. Bunny Wailer is responsible in part for even me and the way I do what I do, and in the way that how I carry out what I do. And also, before we start, I have to give honor to the fact that Jean Watt, JahB's wife, who went missing, I think it's about a year ago, isn't it?
Yep.
She still hasn't been found, as far as we.
I was going to ask the question because in his passing, nobody ever mentioned whether she was found or not.
Yes. So, no, I don't think she was. I don't think she's been found as yet. I think the family is still looking for her. So we send our prayers, our love, our guidance, our everything for Mama Jean Watt, who's still missing. That's Bunny Wailer's wife. She still hasn't been found. So we have to give honor. They were in each other's life for 50 years. 50 years. That is almost 3 lifetime. So we have to give honor and we have to give honor to that. So, Troytanium, can we see your face, please, and not your hand, if you don't mind? Are you we want to see? Can we please see you? We can't see your face fully.
Yeah, we have you now. Oh,
yes.
Yes, you are there.
So, as our guests, we see. I see your T-shirt. Are you we want to see? Okay.
Right there.
Yes. Your face, not your hands, if you don't mind, please. So, we have me, Musafing. I'm Musafing. As you know, we're supposed to be here with John. John is on his way. He'll be here with us very, very shortly. Any minute. The man at the top of my screen, introduce yourself, Mr. Simit.
I'm at the top of the screen? On my screen. Of your screen. Okay, introduce myself. I am Fluid Irie. Been DJing since I was 15. I won't even tell you how old I am now. Since I was 15. I was fortunate enough to have been involved with many musicians as a youth. My mother was good friends with Winston Riley.
Wow.
Who don't know Winston Riley. So Winston Riley introduced my mother to the Wailers when they were in London.
Wow.
And they came to our house, as well as Slim Simit.
Wow.
Yes.
That's huge.
That is kind of. I didn't even know who he was at the time because I was young.
And he died quite young, so that's massive.
Yeah, and one of the members of the band that used to back Dave and Ansel Collins used to live in our house, so they were around the house regular, as well as his backing singers. Wow. One called D-Gub, Bobby Davis. So so Dave Barker, which is his proper name, he used to be around the house regular. So I've been involved in music as a youth, from youth, and I was in sound system. Then I was on national radio, and here I am sharing my love for the music, especially reggae music, with the people of the world, as they say.
Absolutely, yes. And Troytanium, man from Jamaica, beg you though.
Yes, right.
Please introduce yourself to the people. Beg you though.
Yes. You know, I Troytanium, Jamaican, born musical reggae artist, born in Spanish Town, Jamaica. The music is just the main inspiration in my life, like the biggest thing, and the culture that attached to the music. And especially with a guy like Bunny Wailer, he's connected to his ancestral past, and he's like the spiritual one. So, you know, me, it's all about music. I've been doing the music since I was like teenage years. I first take it up serious, and then it's begun and begun and begun getting bigger and bigger. And I'm just on the track and on the path and just trying to do good music that my ancestors and the future will appreciate.
Wow. Give thanks.
Yeah.
Give thanks. So how
Yeah,
long
man.
Troytanium, how long have you been in the music? You said since you was
I've been in the music since I was a teenager, like knowing that I have the talent, but I didn't take it that 100% serious. It was in like 2010 that I did my first video that someone help us with the first video and say they want to manage us in a kind of way.
Okay.
And then that's where it started. Yeah, but it was like a more of a dancehall type. But then after that, I'm starting to grow and grow in Rastafari.
Yes.
So, most of my other songs are much more cultural.
Yes. Everybody have a
Yeah.
journey in their
Yes.
music. So we embrace every avenue of the journey because every artist
man, every
can tell
avenue.
you, say, them come through something, especially age as well. As we get older sometimes. So
Yeah.
we embrace all of that. And the reason why I asked Troytanium, he actually approached me on Instagram and we started dialoguing. And so I thought it would be really wonderful to have a younger Jamaican artist to basically look at the balance with JahB, with Bunny Wailer, and influence. And you've already said some key things that also were key also to Bunny Wailer. So
Yeah.
basic things. I mean, there's no basic things about Bunny Wailer. He's a legend. He's an icon. From the time he a little picnic youth, it was his lyricism. But he was born in Kingston on the 10th of April 1947. And his father, Thaddeus, was a very serious farmer. He was a man who loved to cultivate fruits, vegetables, and the high grade as well. And today when we talk about the business of marijuana, it's huge. And his father traded as well as in food, as well as in farming, but also in marijuana as well. As a serious businessman, that is, So they moved from Kingston to St. Anne's, where Mas Taddy did all his work. Thaddeus Livingston did his work. And that is where, when he was a little youth at primary school, that's where he met Bob. So there's so much in the story. We'll kind of share the story in bits and pieces as we go along. And a very important aspect of the Wailers is they came together as family, not only figuratively and literally. So it wasn't a business story. The story of this union is story of family and brethren and, for your father, for my father, and just like the classic African system. When I was living in Africa, people don't say, oh, my cousin, oh, my second aunt, fifth time remove. It doesn't exist. So they came together as family and in music. After moving from one thing Bunny Wailer did say, him never like sentence because it ain't cool and he can't take it cool. So he wanted to get more into the music. He built himself a little bamboo guitar and start playing music and learn music. So you then have to go to the place where the music is evolving, is moving, is being shaped. And I can only imagine. Can we see your face, please? Troytanium. We know so we talk about the high grade. But are you we want to engage with? Beg you.
I'm listening, you know, and I'm
Yes.
getting and I know the full story. I'm listening.
But can I say the people watching are also watching, and they want you them want to see. So
Yeah.
yes, okay. So what was I saying? Yeah, building in bamboo guitar, and every
Yeah.
musician they mess about, they play, they see, you know. So also, as you probably know, Sidella Bob mother had a relationship with Bunny father. So they have a sister that they share, Pearl, who is a mutual sister that they share, that Sidella, Bob mother have. So they were also what in the English would term step brother, but they were brothers as
Yes,
well.
because I just want to say something.
Yes, of course.
Just because of the friendship that Bob and Bunny had, it transcended, and even their parents got close, you know, because
Uh-huh.
the way they were close.
Ah, I love
You
the
know?
way you say that. So mystical things was happening
Yes,
on every
mystical
level.
things.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. The natural mystic was going on from from before they were born, because these things are written anywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll tell the story as we go along. And of course, they one day meet this tall, beautiful, elegant young man named Peter Tosh. And the rest, as they say. But one of the things that because it's very easy to talk about the Wailers now and not realize how long this struggle in the music tech. It wasn't an
Yes.
instantaneous thing like that. Because when people think
Yes,
of
it
the
wasn't.
Wailers, they think of maybe the late 70s, possibly when Peter and Bunny had already left. But they started this journey in the early 60s. This no work. You go to that the label, it no work out. You no get your money from this one. You cut, you find another one. It's a long process. Can you relate to that in any sense, Troytanium, as an artist?
Yes, because most of my songs out now are like promotional songs to me.
All right.
I'm not really on a registered label. I just did them so people could know me. And I'm on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, Tidal, everywhere. They're like promotion. I'm not really getting any money or any royalties off them big, but I'm just doing them for promotion. So whenever time I have a platform that people can see and come and you know,
Yes, yes.
like advertisement. Yeah.
So that is very important to say that, because as artists, it don't just happen so.
Yeah, it's though that you just gotta keep promoting till I meet the right person. There's a lot of people who I meet and they give me a good story, and then you know at the end of the day they're not financially capable to do everything, you know.
Yes,
So it's a struggle.
yes, it's a
And
struggle.
then there are producers who don't trust artists because what other artists have done before.
Absolutely. So it's very
Yes, you know.
important you're saying that in 2021. Bunny was
Yes.
saying that in 1962, and in 64, in 68,
Yeah.
etc. So that is important for any young artist coming up to know that it's not. Some people may be fortunate to just hit that sitting, but it
Yeah.
wasn't an easy road for them in the slightest,
It's true.
and they struggled. So that is really important to remember. And the days when they were cutting for Coxon, Coxon has a wonderful reputation, but he also has a terrible reputation.
Yeah.
For not paying people.
Okay, my brother, Fluid, continue.
Sometimes they might get paid with cocoa bread or bun or rice and peas, but not very much money. However,
Wow.
as much as we say that, the great thing about working for a coxswain is that the music that you produce, even when the physical past, those music still remain. There are children who were not even dreamed of who now know songs like Simmer Down and those songs.
You're right.
They know those songs, and those songs have inspired so many.
Yes.
But Bunny had a song called Pass It On.
Yes.
Yeah, that was his first song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful
He had a
song.
song called, and a great song. And the thing is, right, that is what the words have manifested because the spirit that song was written in, that manifested that song, that's carried on to this day because the reggae torch has passed on. And of all the Wailers, the most spiritual one, in my opinion, was Bunny. Bunny was the one. Bunny was the one who did not get swayed by the Western powers. For example, like the Chris Blackwells of this world, or Chris Whitewell, as he called him.
Peter called him.
Yeah, he did not get swayed in that sense. And Chris Whitewell was the one that really broke up that wonderful union that those three brothers had. But Buddy was the one you will see again when people like Snoop Dogg would come to Jamaica and say he's a Rasta, and Bunny would say, no, you are not a Rasta. You're just somebody who is trying to take on something that does not fit you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So where others may embrace a Snoop Dogg, Bunny will hold up the torch and say, no, that's not how it goes. Yeah. Very much, very much like Peter. Bunny is one who would go and burn a fire on governmental organizations and speak about the kind of things that should be happening with the people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's Bunny.
Yes.
The themes on the album, my favorite album of all time, Black Art Man. The themes on the album still remain true to this day.
It's true. The age of Aquarius, which we're in now, and another thing, when Rastafari, this program is called Reggae Rasta Reasoning. Now, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s was not a popular time to call yourself Rasta. It was not at all. It's very popularized now, and everybody, can do what they want to do with their hair, but they have no clue of the journey of the Rasta people. The burning and the trimming of the ear and the arresting and the dissing and the decimation of their communities.
The murdering.
The murdering. The murdering.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to say, oh, I'm going to grow my hair and I'm Ras. But to understand the full tone of that, and when Peter, Bunny, and Bob were coming through, people rejected. Let's face it, they were not embraced in their own country because people did not embrace Ras. So, but despite that, they continued. They had beautiful teachers like Mortimer Plano, like so many other elders. And in a time when it wasn't popular. But now it's like, oh, it's trendy and it's this, even me look at me with my style up dread. But still, it was a time when it's very important to know that this thing was so important to them that they stood by it. And it was the central force, which is why that fire, love fire, is the fire of Jah, is the fire of Rastafari, of His Majesty. So that was a beautiful selection, DJ Fluid Irie. You know it. You know your music. Yes. So
yeah, man, you have ballad Rasta too, no?
Yeah, we know.
So Troytanium, in terms of Rastafari and 2021, right now, where would they know? Or would you say that JahB has been influential on Rasta movement within Jamaica, on yourself as well?
Yeah, I would say that it's been an ever-burning torch there and an ever-burning foundation that we see what the ultimate of Rastafari. Because if we're talking about fame, if we're talking about wealth, we're talking about, respect, he has it all. So it's just an icon where you can look and say, just like Bob Marley, everyone would want to be like Bob Marley. Mm-hmm. He was at the front line. But Bunny, I respect him because he is the black survivor, right? Longest liver. So he just showed us that you can live as a Rasta and you can go through as a Rasta and you can make it as a Rasta.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good life, and it's the best and the real life.
Yes.
He just showed that and he just endorsed that. Here in 2020, before he died, he was doing some stuff. He just open his museum and stuff like that.
Yes.
And he was, you know,
Where is the
he
museum?
was always,
The museum.
Where is it?
I don't know exactly where it is, you know, but it's just recently had opened last year.
Okay.
When it, you know, before that.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get the full details about it.
Yes,
But
we'll find out
he
before
opened
the
a
show.
museum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Give thanks. So yeah,
So, you know,
so it's a paving of the way, really.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the Bunny, it was not such, to me, I like more his reasoning. When he reasons and when he talk with such confidence and he talk with
Eloquence is the word me use.
eloquence. Yes. You know? When he talk, you just have to sit down and listen. You could just listen to all his interviews and his talking because he was just different.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. As you say that, let me play a small part from an interview that he did in 2010 with Empress Golden. I was listening to it earlier.
Because it's his 50th anniversary, so I did a track for
Hold on.
a year of selection. That was something like someone would have thought impossible, but I did it and it got the Grammy, the second Grammy, and the third one. 96, I got Crucial Classics. That's a Bunny Wailer album.
Yes. I want to know so much more about Bunny Wailer, his songs, his songwriting, his harmonies, his melodies, his musicology. We are doing it the right way, Jamaican history, live at Tough Gong Studios. I gotta get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Rise up, rise up, rise up.
Sorry, people.
Moments that.
Whole heap of memorable moments.
Yeah, whole heap of memorable moments, man, because I can't forget any moment. Because them things is like it's an indelible mark for my whole life as far as the journey of I as an individual from the day I could have understand what life is all about and what life has taught me is more than the journey, because the journey is still not.
It hasn't ended. It's still going. What would you tell young people right now? When it comes to music, when it comes to harmonies, when it comes to songwriting, what advice would you give the young people that are in the business, especially the young Jamaicans who are aspiring to be artists?
Well, the first thing you have to do is to love and respect the music. If it's that's where your direction lies, and you have to understand the principles that governs the music as far as instruments, as far as vocals, as far as composition, how to create that type of melody that would be very acceptable, and also to make sure that you respect the other musician as well and the other artists as well, because sometimes we pass on things in a way that we gravitate to each other's work and improvise to be better musicians and better composers and bring out better compositions and all that kind of stuff. So when it is done that kind of a way, it has more value, it has more worth, it has more longevity. It will serve for posterity. When you go about it in the other cheap and easy way, it will do what it will, but it won't do as much as it should if you go about it doing it based on the principles, doing it based on hard work, rehearsal, practicing, and always trying to compose new and creative sounds. Don't lean much upon something that has been done already. Come with something that people can admire you for, other musicians can learn from, and all that type of stuff. So that's I would.
What he's saying there is so deep. So it's not just about, me love to sing, me go up there, me I go. He's talking about the integrity and the spirit and the soul of the music, and not just you as a musician, but it's just like you were saying, Troytanium, about you love to hear him talk. Me understand exactly what you are talking about. Because he was an intellectual. He was an intellectual when it came to his music and his knowledge and the spiritual intellect as well. I think that was the biggest one. So what he just said there was so powerful. What did you feel from that, DJ Fluid Irie?
I actually had that interview. But what he was saying is the basic principles for, I think, any musician. If you're really serious about what you're doing, you must invest the time. You must invest in the principle of the music that you're performing. You must invest in like he was saying, rehearsals and those kind of things. If that's what you have to do, you have to know it from the smallest component to the biggest component. That's what I gained from what he was saying. Absolutely. And as we all know, when Bunny speaks with conviction. It's no halfway, no half stepping. No, it's a full 100.
Yes, yes, and it's deep, and it's full of so much. It resonates with so much wisdom as well. Because he was also saying you respect the other musicians as well, because when that music comes together in totality, if you know business where the bass man do, or where the this I do, or where the that I do, it is a unification of the entire. And I mean, when he was playing music, there was no computer sitting the way it is now, the computer engineering, no disrespect to that. It was about the trumpet player, it was about the rhythm guitar player, it was about the bass man, it was about the percussionist, and he was a percussionist himself. So to unify all those instruments and people as well, that's a typical way that he speaks and he writes as well. And their great mentor, of course, was Mr. Joe Higgs. Joe Higgs is the one who taught them within how to harmonize. In fact, shortly I will play one of the Wailer songs where you can hear the beauty of the harmony, because them said that Joe Higgs, if the harmony not tight, him say, "Una not ready, una not ready, una not ready." Go back and practice again. Go back. No, go back and practice again. I think at one point, Bunny said, I'll send them down to the cemetery for sing the dopey them. So that they could just, because playing your voice in different places, to different people, to different audiences, even the ancestor them, you find different things in your voice and your tone. So each singer then develops their own sound and their own signature, which is very, very, very important. Troytanium, you look like you're a boss for say something.
That's what I was saying now. Bunny, he is like what they say, a melody guy, and he said he responsible for the melodies in the Wailers and the background. So I was listening to an interview and I heard when he said that he was there for 7 months doing some songs and being the front man in the group.
When Bob went to America.
When Bob went away.
Yes.
And the way they talk about it, it shows so much respect and so much like brotherhood, because he said when Bob came back, he just moved back into the background and just let Bob take the front. He didn't have any ego, and it's like, I've been doing this for 7 months, I'm leading it, I'm getting all, from all the fame that he was getting.
Yes.
He just know his position.
Yes.
And he just went back in the melodies easy.
Yes.
And they asked him about it, and he said, that's just what I do, and I know my part.
Yes, absolutely. It's important you bring up that point, because when Bob went to Delaware, because they mash up with Coxsone, because the Coxsone thing wasn't happening. As beautiful as Studio One was, the business of Studio One didn't always work for artists, because you cannot
Yes.
sing for cocoa bread all the days of your life. And Bob's mother said, you know what, son, come up America. Maybe you go, we all know the story now. But
Yeah.
up to this day, our people are leaving their home countries to travel somewhere else. If you make it. Some
Far
make
better,
it,
you know?
some no make it. But this is a never-ending story of our peoples. We go elsewhere to build up other nation while feeling nation anywhere. So yes, when he went to America, the Wailers never stopped. It was Peter and it was Bunny, and they continued, as you say. And because they already had the craft from the early 60s, singing and everything, so them know what them are do. So nobody really knew that happened, isn't it? Nobody knew that Bob wasn't actually even in the country recording. So Holy Padam sang there, a Bunny sing the lead, and people just no say Bob wasn't even in the. So that's the power of a trinity. That is a tight trinity.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes.
Yes. And part of the business was that they then formed the Wail and Solemn label, which was three and one hand a hold, the other one a hold, the other hand, which was the unification of Peter, Bunny, and Bob. So they realized we can't keep relying on people to make us what we want to be. We have to create it for ourselves. So they created Wail and Solemn. From Wail and Soul M came Tough Gang. So let me ask you, Troytanium, as a young artist, in terms of the business of music. Yes, you can get on the microphone and do what you want to do. But what about the business?
Yeah.
How has that changed from Bunny's time? Would you say?
Well, from Bunny's times, there's a guy who does interview here with a lot of old artists from the 80s and 70s. And all of them, 90% of them, they really broke and don't have anything to show for it. So, from those times, people used to do the music just for the love of it, and the fame of it.
Yes.
Most of them. It transcended up into the 2000s, and now we are more about the business of it. Now we are getting more information, and we are more aware of our rights and how to deal with the music. So now when time a producer see that he can't rob you as an artist, no matter the talent you have, he probably doesn't want to work with you that much anyway, But the more knowledge you learn about the music, you just a lot of independence people making their own label, you just need a financer to do your stuff right now.
Yes, definitely. And you're not taking a cocoa bread, Troytanium.
Yes, you put up your own.
For that cocoa bread.
Yeah, because we learn from the other older artists, and we see legendary artists like even Peter Metro and a lot of artists, what they have to show now for all the works that they've done,
Absolutely.
So
yes,
we have to learn from it.
We have to learn from it.
And as I said, I have songs out that I'm not getting any money for, but that's about it. I'm not doing anymore. Those songs were just to get me on a promotional level.
Yes.
Get me on a platform,
We are going to play a couple of them later. But right now, I'm going to give you, and it's I love this song. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. It's a simple but beautiful sentiment prayer. Not only for musicians. Sometimes if I'm going through difficult times and I'm fed up, I'm want to just mash up the place and dash away everything, I listen to this song and it brings me back to the center. The other reason I'm playing this song is because it highlights the beauty of the Wailers when they were the Wailers, before they were turned into Bob Marley but when the Wailers were the Wailers as one unity. So this is from the 60s. Keep on moving. Harmony, tightness. And the other reason I love this song is because Baba have a lead, Peter have a lead, Bunny have a lead. And Bunny have the lead right at the end in a falsetto. So this is Keep on Moving, people.
Lord, I gotta keep on moving. Lord, I gotta get on down. Lord, I gotta keep on moving where I can be found. Lord, they're coming after me. I've been accused for the killing. Lord knows I didn't do. For hanging me, they are willing, yeah, yeah. And that's why I gotta get on through. Lord, they're coming after me. Yeah, one more time. Lord, I gotta keep on moving. Lord, I gotta get on down. Lord, I gotta keep on moving where I can be found. Lord, they're coming after me. Now listen, I've got 2 boys and a woman. They're just gonna suffer now. Lord, forgive me for not going back, but I'll be there anyhow. I'll be there anyhow. One more time, say, Lord, I gotta keep on moving. Lord, I gotta get on down. Lord, I gotta keep on moving where I can be found. Lord, they're coming after me. Now maybe someday I'll find a piece of land somewhere not far near anyone that I'll send for my love, sweet woman, my 2 grown-up son, my 2 grown-up son. Yeah, Lord.
Oh yes. Troytanium, keep on moving.
Yeah, man.
DJ Fluid Irie, keep on moving.
Gotta keep moving. You know the wickedest thing, that song was sung in that style because at the time, and the Impressions featuring Curtis Mayfield, they were probably one of the most popular foreign bands in Jamaica at the time. So everybody went to sing that high Curtis Mayfield voice. And the great thing about Bunny, if you listen to his songs, especially Black Art Man, my album again, we go back to my album. He sings songs where he sings a falsetto lead. He sings songs where he sings a baritone lead. His voice is so versatile, which is why when he did the album Sings the Wailers, he could do that album because he could do all the voices.
Yes.
And that, I think that was the album, the first one that got the Grammy.
Yes. 3 Grammys.
First one that got the
He
Grammy.
got 3.
He's got 3, but I think that was the
Grammys.
first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Definitely.
Yeah.
So he, as a singer, he was versatile. He can sing up there.
Extremely.
He can sing down there. Because his speaking voice was rich in tone.
But as you were talking about the business aspects, Bunny was one of those who took control of his business.
Yes.
Quite early on, and when he made the Solomonic label,
yes,
he encouraged a lot of artists. The first man who used the band which became the Roots Radix was Bunny.
Yes.
Sings the Wailers used Sly and Robbie, but after that, most Solomonic releases used the Roots Radix, and the Roots Radix became popular, and obviously lots of other people use them after that. But he was the first one to give them that spotlight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take back control. After leaving Island, as you said, Bunny left Island Records and said, you know what, me now go back in and nobody sitting, make me create my own something. So Solomonic, for obvious reasons, to give it the spiritual protection and guidance as well as just a name, is more than a name. King,
Yeah, it's just not just a name.
King Solomon.
More than a name.
So yes.
Yeah.
And when you look through, I think about 30 albums in his lifetime he released, most of them are on his own label. Gregory did the same thing. So many other artists did the same thing. Take Back Control, Sugar Minot. So that is very important that you keep your masters. I mean, he was saying in one of his interviews that a lot of the music from like African Herbsman album 1970, 71, they were bootleg tracks. Nobody no get paid off on none of them track there. So many of the songs from that era, we listen to them and we think we know, but we don't know. And probably up to now, there's still squabbles over who owned this and who write that and who. So the business aspect, I think we must do a Rasta reason in our own music and business specifically, because it's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you remember, there's a scene in the harder they come, I make the hits. Anything got through me, and that's why Peter Tosh used to call producers reducers, because them reduce your money.
Yes, yes. You are like at the end of the process. You are the singer.
Yeah.
You are the singer and sower.
Yes. Hey, cause right now even that guy Cargo,
Okay.
you know
Yeah.
that singer?
Yes.
Yeah,
He just want a big case against some producer who's trying to take advantage of him in that kind of way, you know? They
Okay.
didn't even produce the rhythm, they didn't even do anything. They just came around and said they was gonna help him get his legal right.
Yes.
And then take that right that they gave them and use it for their own benefit. Because they thought he was stupid and he was foolish. But luckily he had a good wife behind him who countersued them, and they sued Cargo and then she countersued them, you know?
Yeah.
And now they got the money for 800,000 US.
Yes.
So, and that is opening a lot of artists' eyes now more to about the whole thing, because it shows us that you cannot sell a producer a song. A producer cannot buy a song from you for even $20,000 or $30,000, because after you don't know how much millions the song could make, you know, and then you already sell your song for 20,000 or 30,000.
Absolutely.
Same goes for the guys who making the beat. You cannot sell a beat for like 10,000, you know, and the artist gotta be real enough, and the people gotta be smart enough to know that you have to share it, you know.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's what's going on now.
So that the story is not going to finish for now, but because I mean I can only imagine when you come into the business, the love is in the craft.
Yes.
So you don't even have time to look pan that the ball over there, so which is the producer, that the ball over there, so because you are so immersed in the beauty of this thing in your, because many singers say that their music is a spiritual something.
Yeah.
And that is their gift to the world. So it's important to also be aware of the process around it.
but I think that's part of the greatness of someone of the level of a Bunny Wailer speaking up, because it makes the artists feel like they can speak up too.
Yes.
You know, if people like Bunny Wailer didn't speak on, and weren't the type of people they were, then we would still be in a much worse position.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And as well as it's so important to also mention astute businessman. I always call him an orator, because he didn't just talk. It's like him start talk and you just have to listen. But also he was a wonderful member of his community. How much people he fed, how much children he sent to school that weren't his children, but were his children in the village.
Yeah.
And not run around. Yeah, you know, like today, somebody I give somebody up on the road, them not have no food. Them I give them the sitting and them I hold up them phone. So, you know, that today. But he gave, nobody will ever know how much. But when you listen to the community in Kingston about how he was a philanthropist, he was a brother, he was an uncle, he was a father. So him know said that the family over there so don't have nothing. So even though he may not have had some huge foundation, he did have a foundation in that he provided food, shelter, school fees, clothing to those who didn't have it on massive levels.
Yeah.
Because
Massive levels. And
yeah.
it was underground and didn't publicize, but
Uh-huh.
it was big. I know of it, you know. I heard of it a lot.
A lot. Exactly. And now look, no accolade for that, because one of the things I love about a lot of the Jamaican artists, even going back, is that they were touchable.
Yeah.
They didn't have 15 bodyguards, and the Rolls Royce come up, and the stretch limo. You know, they made sure that they continued. Me can sit down, yes, sir, and cut a coconut with my brethren down the road, and we sit down and we drink the jelly coconut, or whatever.
Yeah, because those artists recognizes that the energy come from the people, you know, and the more closer you are to the people and connected to the people, you know what's going on, you know what to say, you know the vibe, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, that's, you know, that's the culture of it.
That's the culture of it, because it's the culture of Trenchtown and of Kingston that created reggae in the first place. So if you try to take that from the music, then what is the music? Really and truly. It looks like this is Reggae Rasta Reasoning. This is Musafing Troytanium, all the way from Jamaica. And at 12 after, are going up to 1 now, isn't it?
Yes, 10 minutes, 9 minutes to 1 now in Jamaica.
So we give thanks, Troytanium, for your time and for being with us this morning. Even this morning, me I text Troytanium. Me don't even know what time. At 9 o'clock, yes, sir. So 6 hours behind.
Yeah.
So it's the way that you've been communicating with me and everything. And as soon as I said to Troytanium, we're doing a show on Bunny Wailer, bam, him did it. So,
yeah, man, because it was just like a calling, you know, because Bunny Wailer has become an ancestor now, and it just happened, you know, and you just have to give thanks to the ancestors and JahB and everything.
Yes.
And it's a privilege, you know.
Oh.
So I have to just do it and, you know,
and to we
know
as
that
well.
I'm doing my ancestors' work, yeah.
Of course. And we hope this platform, we have built a platform, you know. This platform just come true we. Me and my brethren John, me no know where John there. Oh, John, me no know where him there. But he said he was on a bus. If he's not with us today, then he's with us. Because
the bus might have broke down. It might have broke down.
You know, the bus, they might kick up the bus. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. So right now, I'm going to play a Troytanium. I've got 2 computers in front of me, people. So I keep going to the wrong one with the mouse and wonder why the second one now work.
Yeah.
So, and this track, Money Me Say, give us a little background on that.
Yes, this track, it's a neighborhood community hit song, you know. I've done it already on another beat, now I do it on another beat.
What is your neighborhood, by the way?
It's Spanish Town, St. Catherine. You know?
Yes, my mother lives in St. Catherine, yeah.
Yeah, Jones Avenue to be exact. You know, that's a little.
So if them hear this song at Jones Avenue, everybody can sing it and know it.
Yeah, everybody know this song. And it's also transcend to another community behind Jones Avenue, New Nursery. So a lot of people.
Nice.
This song, everybody just love it. I think it's my favorite song, no matter how many songs I do.
And tell the people say it up on YouTube as well.
Yes, and it's on YouTube, Troytanium, Money Me Say.
Money Me Say.
Know?
Yes, I am. So people
everything
enjoy, full joy this year 1 year.
Yeah, man.
Jones of Records. Yeah. Where the money die, where the money die. Yo, call them money. Hustling, swag, hustling. Yeah. You know hard man hustle for, long man hustle for, what man hustle for. Money man hustle for, house man hustle for, land man hustle for. Mad man as hustle, and survivors hustle, and my strivers hustle. Off it, get the money, me want. Where the money die, money me say. When I go watching the body way, drinking Red Bull with the other side. Every other day I come in red day when we sing side. Money me side. We not go watching the money why. Drinking Red Bull with the air the side. Every other day's like coming birthday. Money for your budget in the sky like a jet. Someone have be careful, no for budget. Anytime I get a check, yeah, me mother get a check. And that's the thing I said. I want leave but I said money making move. Hustle this step. Kick it like a baller for me instep. Just to be a big planet for many things them connect. Don't stop like the one they are planet. Money me side. We not go watching the money why. Drinking Red Bull with the other side. Every other day's like coming birthday when me sing side. Money me side. We not go watching the money why. Drinking Red Bull with the other side. Every other day's like coming birthday. When me say enormous, flicking enormous. Me just get the jewelry from Chula Ramos. Me touch funny when I be a girl as Swamos. They say they love me, say the gangsta personas. They tell me say me hotter than the 1st of August. Hot that thing, yeah, me head grab up. One time me drag them on the chain and part the war bus. Cause right now, every get a youth war bus, yeah. Money me side. We not go watching the money why. Drinking Red Bull with the other side. Every other day's like coming birthday when me sing side. Money me side. We not go watching the money why. Drinking Red Bull with the other side. Every other day's like coming birthday when me say get money, get money, get money. Hustle money, hustle money, hustle money. Get money, get money, get money. Hustle money, hustle money. Every day right on my side. Money my side. We not go watching the money why. Drinking Red Bull with the other side. Every other day's like coming birthday when we sing side. Money my side. We not go watching the money why. Drinking Red Bull with the other side. Every other day's like coming birthday. You know hard man hustle for, long man hustle for, what man hustle for. Money man hustle for, house man hustle for, plan man hustle for. Man born as a hustler, survive as a hustler, me strive as a hustler. So I forget the money me buy. Run the money die, money me side. We not go watching the money.
Go on, Jonestown.
Troytanium. Where you say? So when was that track? When was that track? What year?
It was done last year, you know. That track was done last year.
And people put I will put the link for the video after the show. Give me a couple of hours so that you can also enjoy, because I love the music with the reality of the day to day. I love the rhythm, but when you say the reality, because you're not what I like, I liked about the video. You never borrow nobody big Mercedes and have the 10,000 gal never spread out. It was the reality of day to day in the market. Everybody are trying to do one thing.
It's about hustling the money the real way, so I just went down there with the guys washing the car glass at the stoplight. I went in the market. I went at the bus stop, loading bus. The regular hustling day-to-day stuff,
Yes.
So that's it.
Yes, thank you for that. Not the champagne and the Hennessy and the...
No, we love it. We love it.
I'm not disrespecting
man, thanks a lot, man.
Oh, yes. Thanks a lot. Oh, yes. We have to help and promote, and, we hope that from this show, people will continue to listen to the music and discover new artists like yourself.
Yeah, because I hope all my fans come and look at this show and see the show and get, because I'm introducing all of them to the show.
Fantastic.
So all of the people coming over here,
Yeah, man. But what we find is after the show, people just keep, every few days, me check it out, and more people have watched and watched. So even afterwards, we can still, and all of you link them, we put them under the video when everything finished, so people can, and all over the world as well. Oh, Jan, I miss Jan. I don't know when there. So I'm checking the messages. We don't have any messages at the moment. How many people are watching? We've got 2 likes. We've got 3 watching. But don't despair. That no means to nobody. And it's hot. Yes, so hot. So people outside, in it, fluid.
Yeah, we don't have to wonder who I watch. We just know so we have this energy.
Exactly.
You know they're watching.
We communicate what we're supposed to do, then build the right and make, the ancestor proud. Bunny Wailer. Love this one, go on.
You know what I used to love about Bunny Wailer? Bunny Wailer was a man of all people.
Yes.
He was one who did the song Rockers for the movie Rockers.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did Rule Dancehall,
Yes.
which was a sound system anthem. So he was still doing songs for the sound system.
Yes.
Him do a tune named Rock and Groove. That was a 6-track EP,
Yes.
and that was featuring the Root Tradics mostly. But
Yes.
again, he was doing songs that touched more people than you would imagine. He was also the man who did what did tune name?
Not electric.
The electric
slide.
The electric slide. He did that
Yeah.
boogie.
He produced it.
Electric boogie.
Electric Boogie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wrote it, produced it, and
And
he
he
had a
voiced
version
it.
of his own. He had a version of
Yes.
his own, but the version by Master
Master
Griffith was
Griffiths is
obviously the one.
where Boss,
Yeah,
the biggest.
yeah.
Yes.
And you know, to this day, Bunny was still making money off of that song because it went so many different places,
Yes.
touched so many different people.
Yes.
And he did that from a foundation of not selling out, and that's the reason why, to me, he's probably. I love all the Wailers,
Yes.
obviously,
Yes.
but he was still my favorite because he just felt like he was a man of the people, of all people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not they weren't all man of all people, but they had different directions. Everybody had their own little component, and the spiritual element of the band, in my opinion, was Bunny.
We just get a comment from Yas enjoying the show, the stories, and the reasonings. Hashtag money, me sir.
Yeah, you mustn't forget the hustle. We must always do the hustling.
Money, miss.
Yeah.
So me like that. So you turn hashtag Troytanium.
That's cool, man. I say it like a
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
But yes, what you were saying, DJ Fluid, about, and also just to say, DJ Fluid is leaving at. Are you still leaving us?
Yeah, about 7:15, or it'll be 1:15 your time. I don't know.
You can't quiz with till 7:30.
Yeah. I'll stay till 7:30. Yeah, we can.
Can I squeeze you for 15
I'll just have
more
to.
minutes? I mean,
Yeah,
if
you can't squeeze me for
absolutely
more.
have to go. It's because
I'll do
John
it.
is
I'll
here.
do it.
Right.
Yeah,
then.
I'll squeeze in the extra 15. You know?
God bless you. God bless you. Yes. You were talking about
Bunny's universal appeal.
Universal appeal. And also, he was a bad DJ, toaster DJ. Oh my gosh! You hear it a little bit in Electric Boogie, but not really, because he's doing the American kind of twangy thing.
Yeah.
But same way. Oh, there's a clip of him toasting, and he sounds bad as a DJ. And he did it when he was old. I think after he'd had his stroke, because he had a stroke and then he had another stroke, and eventually that's what led to his demise. And he didn't like touring, did he? He wasn't somebody.
No, never liked traveling.
No, and I think that is partly where the departure of the Wailers, because I think Bob wanted more of that, but Peter and Bunny didn't necessarily want that life. I was reading one of their books when they were touring before them to catch a fire, and they were on the motorway. The players call no back foot. The car cool. Can you imagine mashed potato? The English service station.
Foolishness.
But hold on just a sec, man.
What?
But if Bunny was talking about that sentence is called, I heard he talk about that in more than one interview.
Yes. So never mind.
So imagine England.
How he didn't like it. So imagine England.
And you're touring on a little rickety bus on a cold motorway, and them the time they never have the tour bus where them have we favor yard and favor mansion. It was basic stuff, and mashed potato and pies and things on the motorway.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how miserable they were, But even though they decided to go their own way and explore their own music as individual artists, we must remember this. Each artist have their own signature. And each artist have to find their own voice. It's very important to remember that, was it 76, Blackout Man was released? Give me the album that Peter released in the same year.
Legalize it.
Give me the
Legalize
same album
it.
Bob released in 76.
That was probably Rastaman Vibration.
Now, it is very important to note, and this is not just literal. Each artist worked on the other's album.
Yep.
Because in people's minds, oh, they mash up and blam, war, and never go so. Because number one, they were each family. Remember, I said Bob and Peter have a sister, Bob and Bunny have a sister.
Yep.
Peter have a picnic with Bunny sister. Yeah?
Yep.
So Andrew Tosh is
his nephew.
Is his nephew. So they were physical family, but each worked on the other's album. So Bob in a Blackheart Man, Pete, you understand what I'm saying? So I think that is very important.
Yeah, and as you were saying that, I think that because Bunny used to be in the background making melodies and blending his voice, he didn't have a much distinct sound like how Bob or Peter have. You know, all through his career, sometimes all the songs doesn't sound the same.
Yes.
As you said.
Yes.
Yes. So he doesn't have like how you heard Bob and hear one sound. You know that's Bob.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. So sometimes I could be hearing Bunny songs. I don't know it's Bunny. Yeah.
You see? A question for you, Troytanium. Do you feel that artists like Bunny Wailer, in terms of Jamaica today, are relevant in the music scene? Or do you think
artists that
today
that doing songs like Bunny Wailer singing that way?
Do you feel that he still has an important relevance as in terms of his music? Because music is very different today.
Yeah. To who understand the music and have sense knows that he has a big relevance. You know, or you package or you culture or you do his stuff, you know?
Yes.
It's the right way.
Yes.
So he's just here for a teacher and an example. He reached the highest point and he'll outlive to live, you know, in his glory.
Yes. Absolutely.
So he's like the ultimate, you know, right now.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's always relevant to all.
Yeah.
You know, in a spiritual way, in any kind of way. Just listen.
I tell you how you know his relevance on the street level. Bunny Wailer was still making specials for sound system.
That's what I'm saying.
There are not many artists who reach his level of international stardom who still work with it.
No.
Yeah. He was still making special. Yeah.
It's very expensive.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what? That is one thing that it kind of build Jamaican reggae artists, but it helps break down the business part of the music. Because when you get a hit song, you can get to do a lot of specials. This is the only music like this where a lot of songs comes around, songs from everywhere want special. So the money you make of the special can blind you from the business to make sure you get your secure your real money that is supposed to get from the royalties and stuff.
Yeah.
Because when a song go #1, you could name your price for the plates, and it's coming from England everywhere. But it only lasts for a while, you know, until the song get out of the chart.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. It's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because it mashes up your real business.
Yeah, because if it wasn't there, a guy would say, yo, make sure you put my thing on the paper or something, I'll get more money. But, you know, as in this song on the heart tomorrow, a lot of dub guy calling him, he doesn't even, you know?
Yes.
So that's another part of it.
Definitely.
Why there are a lot of the older artists just bask in that little money and then didn't care about the bigger picture.
So you just answered the question in terms of relevance. He has his quality is timeless. It has a timeless kind of quality and a reverence, because as a Rastaman, he was very active in elevating the Rastafari movement, going on marches in Kingston, to elevate Rastafari, Empress Menen, Bert Deer. So he was not only just by talk, but he was physically involved with his community as well.
Yes, a real
Rasta.
Yes.
I don't know which one of them became Rasta first or how the Rasta transcended in the Wailers, because I know they were all ballad. I see picture of them all ballad before. But I don't know who bring the Rasta in there in the Wailers.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
He's really the Rasta man.
For real. I mean, I from what I've read and from just trying to understand the energy, the Rasta was saying something that sometimes it's almost like a radio station, a play a frequency, and not everybody can hear the frequency. But certain people is like, what?
Yeah. What is that?
What is that? That energy and frequency. I understand it. Because they were all, even though them know a tone, them resonate with country life and with that whole essence of grow your own food, do for yourself, strive for yourself. They weren't mesmerized entirely by all of this, the jingles and the jangles where you say no. And people say, how much Hennessy them drink and how much car them have and how much female and all of them thing there. And not to deny that wasn't a part of it. Because when you talk about Peter, Bunny and Bob, a lot of children come from that. Especially in terms of Bob. So they were also, young men in their own right. And it's not, not to deny them their right as humans, as young men as they were, who came into the music. Because I think sometimes we put people on a place and forget that these are people. So give them their human due as well. Yes.
You know what I forgot to mention? I remember I did say that I went to Jamaica. My first visit to Jamaica was in 1986, and I went to a show that Bunny Wailer did. He didn't even come on until about 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, Jamaican show, 15 artists early, and then he comes on early morning.
Yes.
But when I tell you the energy that Bunny created and the way he had the audience in the palm of his hand, the musicality, the vocals, everything, the energy, fantastic performer. Obviously, he's joined the ancestors now. So if anybody who never saw him, take the chance and look back at one of his concerts. It's magical.
I saw him. Where did they used to have those concerts? Was it Brighton or some strange place like that? It was they used to
Glastonbury, them kind of place.
Glastonbury. No, Fluid. Me never better in Glastonbury with no tent. I am not a tent kind of sister. But it was it the One Love concert? There was a concert they used to have in the south of London anyway. It was
One Love. Yeah,
One Love concert. I saw Bunny there. Oh, beautiful. And as he comes on, you feel something. It's like, whoa. And anyone who experienced him live and direct, as you say, it stay with you.
Yeah, the atmosphere changes. Yes. Everything changes. Yes. And that's how you can tell that he is a spiritual person, because spiritual people change the atmosphere around them.
Yes. Frequency and all of them.
Yeah.
Yes. I think it's time for another I see I'm doing it again.
Using the wrong mouse.
Yes. Yeah, so when I come back after this track, before you go, DJ Fluid Irie, you might have already told us your favorite album, but give us some of your favorites after we listen to okay. I'm going to do my bias and play Rise and Shine.
I'll talk about Rise and Shine when you're done playing.
I adore this song. I played this song loud in my house. We picked them, tell me to turn on the music, but anyway. Come on now, work with me. Okay.
and shine as the morning sun that surrounds you. It's International Morality Time, where mankind must be born anew. So rise and shine for the sake of the younger generation. Putting hearts and minds to brotherhood and unity. We've been down in the valley much too long. We've been down in a poverty oh so long, yeah. We've been down in captivity much too long. We've been down in humility and oh so long. We've been down in the
Boy, it's still lick your ass up. Well, that's not the only version, but for obvious reasons, I love this version. Comments, rise and shine. Another very important message.
It's International Morality Time and all nations must be free. That's a line in the song.
All right.
When you're a young man listening to those songs, that's what steers you in the right direction. We've been down in captivity much too long. But the other thing about that song is when you're a youth and in sound system industry, the bass on that song, I may say, if you had a good sound, you draw the bass line, the vibrations alone will carry you along.
Why you think me pick them and me turn down the music when we put it on? Because you
Solomonic label. I still have the 12-inch in my yard.
Yes. You know, my record collection is in Africa right now, and it's very painful to be parted from it. Oh gosh, it's really painful. But yes, words on that song, because everybody just, it's like with their church, everybody just gone in at themselves and ideate. Yes.
But it's that to me, you know, that song, I can hear the rawness of it, you know. You can know that it was done back then. And you can know that it was just like live instrumental in the studio.
Live instruments all the way.
Yeah. And you can hear just no Pro Tools, nothing, just raw.
Yes.
And the message now, rise and shine. You know, it's just like every day you have to just get up with a new motivation, because you see so much condemnation, so much thing to bring you down, you know.
Yes.
So yeah, that's my word.
So again, a timeless message, and
yes.
it's always the message is always there, because whenever I feel politically, when we get too comfortable, that always change, and it's like, Lord, no, we still have to rise and shine. And you know, it's International Morality Time, when all mankind must be born anew. Oh, lyrics. So let me start with you, Troytanium. Favorite, if it is possible to name some of your favorite. If it's possible, if it's not, I understand.
Yeah.
When you think of JahB.
Well, I like the Black Heart Man song. That's one of my favorite. Pass It Along. It's also still one of my favorite. And that one, when they said, "Come we go show them how we roll dancer."
Yes.
Yeah, big tune.
I think that was on Gumption album. I think it was Gumption. Yes.
Yeah, it shows me that you really can DJ. You can DJ too, you know. Bunny Wailer.
Yes.
You have those style.
He's a DJ.
You have that. Yeah, you have that style.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
Yes. Otherwise, from those, I thought that dancing shoes.
Yep, dancing shoes.
Yeah. Those 4 songs. Yeah, some of the songs I like. You know.
Yes. Nice.
Yeah.
Give thanks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Mr. Simit.
Wow. Bide up with reasoning.
Ooh, sorry.
I love that tune there.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
In my little fig tree where I want to be so safe and free. Them tune. And he had a tune called Whirly Girly.
Oh, them are young girls of 18, them flirty.
That's the word. Flirty.
They take
Them
you for
tune
a
there.
ride. Yes. It's a beautiful tune.
Uh-huh.
My kids know
Yeah.
that tune really well.
Yeah. Rock and groove with
Rock
me.
and Groove. There's so many that just have his signature.
And you said I rule dancehall. I've been ruling dancehall from since you were a child. Yeah.
So don't come trying
Bunny,
to dictate to I about dancehall style.
well, style. Bunny.
Yeah,
Great.
that's bad.
Yes.
Yeah,
Bad.
great.
And it's
great.
a reminder, isn't it? He's reminding the young people, "Uno think, uno know."
It's not just now.
It's not just now. Okay, Blackout Man.
No. Hold
Go
on.
on.
You have, I want to hear your favorites.
Yes.
Your favorites.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Of course. Blackout Man, when I first heard the album, it still makes me tingle. The hairs stand up because there's a whole vibration. And I think also because that was the album that was his debut as himself. So you absolutely hear, this is Bunny as myself. And you still hear the echoes of the Wailers, obviously, because a lot of the songs are reworked folk songs that are Jamaican, part of Jamaican folklore, etc. But you also hear his signature in those beautiful songs. There's also an album he did in '77, Protest. Now, on the cover of the album, you've got
Great cover.
Jomo Kenyatta. You've
Great
got
cover.
so many things that were happening politically in the world to African people of African descent. That cover told you that this man is not just interested in his part of the world as a black man, as a Rasta man, but globally. And
Yes.
my children never really liked the album. They didn't like the sound of it in terms of the way that Blackout Man sounds. But the lyrics and the resonance of that. He's got a song called Wanted Children. And there's a lyric in it. Wanted children crying from the backbone of their fathers. I'm like, what? That's a deep cry. Crying from the backbone of their fathers. And it's just got such beautiful lyricism and wisdom. And that song, those two albums alone for me, when people ask me, oh, you don't go to church, I said, I do. I listen to these people that are in my church. Those are my hymns. Those are my, even today, if I'm having a certain day, good, bad, indifferent, I'll pull one of those songs, a Bunny Wailer song, Bide Up on the Fig Tree, and it gives me added courage. It gives me added fuel, to move forward. Yes. So
one of the greatest songs that he did was actually a song by somebody else, a band called El Tempos, called My Dream Island. He turned it into Dreamland, and it became an anthem for all time. Marcel Griffiths does a nice version, but my favorite version is the Bunny version. And that's a song that I will probably play before I take my last breath.
Yes.
One of those songs.
Yes. They were an American band, I believe, El Tempos.
Yeah.
They reworked it into the Dreamland, which I think it must be one of his signature songs.
Definitely.
Has to be. Definitely. So you've got 4 minutes, DJ Fluid Irie.
4 minutes.
If you want to give your last comments before you depart.
Young people who might not be aware of the greatness of Bunny Wailer and know only of Bob Marley and slightly of Peter Tosh. Go nowadays we have technology. It means you can go back and listen and learn about the spirituality, the musicality, and the greatness of this man, because not only did he make great music, again, in the interviews that he gave, he spread a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom, and a lot of the way that we should be seeking to live. So Bunny Wailer, Neville O'Reilly Livingston. What people need to do is those who don't know, take this opportunity and research, and you will see it will take you in the right direction musically and spiritually.
Yes. Thank you so much, DJ Fluid Irie. Bless you and thank you for your extended time to be with us. Respect, because this what we do now without you. Lord have mercy.
Troytanium, Bridging, I will help support the music. Don't worry about
Yeah,
nothing.
man, bless it, brother, man.
We'll take it across the water.
Yeah, man,
Blessed love.
Yes. Thank you so much.
We'll make sure.
Have a blessed week.
Thank you.
I'll be in touch. Give thanks.
Yeah.
All right.
Give
then.
thanks.
Bless. So, Troytanium is just you and me now. Me not think Jana come. So we'll probably finish a little bit early. But let me touch another Troytanium. No. Let's see, I'm doing the same thing that I keep doing. I don't have the title. You sent me this song. Oh, sorry. Apologies. It's the same one I downloaded. You know, because the music you sent me didn't have... Okay, you have one on Spotify. The track you have on Spotify. Wait, Kyle, again.
Load. LOUD, Troytanium load, you know, on the Spotify.
Yes. So Bunny Wailer tribute, this is Reggae Rasta Reasoning, people. We're probably gonna finish a little bit early today because we don't have the full 100 of panel.
Yeah.
So we are gonna give you load from Troytanium. Turn it up loud. All right. Put on your mute. Put on your mute, because we can't hear you.
Musical vibes, meditation, uprising, and musical light. Me don't plant the seed, now the musical rhyme. And if it be every season, musical life. So listen to that youth and that tune, you're so nice. Coming through them a speaker, music device. Straight from the yard, this a tune, you're not right. Straight from the yard, this a tune, you're so right. So, turn the music up,
Internet. Oh Lord. Not now. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hold on.
This is a track that's talking about everything about the music, you know.
Yes.
I know what the music is.
Sorry. Hold on. It has switched back now. Come on.
Our music enough, our music belongs on. Turn the music up loud. The one really get tongue in my bones. And when the girl is getting out of control, and the music of the power become free of my soul. Turn the music up loud. Me want feel the deep tongue in my bones. And when the girl is getting out of control, and the music of the power become free of my soul. Every day man roll up musical vibes, meditation uprising and musical lights. Me don't plant the seed, now the music arrive. And if it be every season, musical life. So listen to that youth and that tune, you're so nice. Coming through them a speaker, music device. Straight from the yard, this a tune, you're not right. Straight from the yard, this a tune, you're so right. So turn the music up loud. Me want feel the deep tongue in my bones. And when the girl is getting out of control,
Troytanium. So you
Yeah,
were
man.
saying that was Troytanium Loud. Now that track is
Yeah.
on Spotify. It's on all the platforms.
Yes, all the platform, you know.
Yes. Now what I did find was I cannot find all of your music in one spot. Can I?
No, probably I can go on iTunes and find like 3 of them on iTunes or
Okay.
4, you know.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Try get all of them
But
on one spot and build up your thing.
we'd have to email them also.
Yes.
But that's what it is now. Me getting everything formal and doing stuff as a manager.
Yes.
You know, getting my PayPal up, everything up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just moving in that management part of my career now
Nice.
because I already have the platform. Now I need the management. So when people come to me about other new works, everything is already set.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yes, and as you
Yeah.
say, in terms of a mentor, JahB is absolutely a mentor in terms of how to conduct yourself within the music as well. So you have fantastic mentor within that. I think his manager, what's her name? Maxine Stowe, I think it is his manager up to now. I mean, his legacy is going to be something that's can't really done. Because I believe 2023 is 40 years since Catch a Fire, or is it 50 years? Catch a Fire, I think its anniversary is coming up in 2023.
Yeah.
And Bunny Wailer was working on an album with one of his sons and some other artists as a commemoration and lead up to Catch a Fire anniversary, which will be not next year after. So that is another brilliant legacy. Did you actually grow up listening to this music, to the Wailers, to Bunny Wailer?
No, not mostly. You know, I grew up sound system, and when I'm growing up, it's about the 90s era artists, you know, the 90s dancer.
Yes. So the Bujos,
You know?
the Super
Yes.
Cats, the
Yes. You know, in those time, Bunny Wailer, they was doing it like, you know, big like those guys.
Yes.
Those guys was, you know.
Yes.
So
And I think the culture music in the 90s took a dip. Dancehall goes up, but I think the culture did kind of come down like this. You know, I even remember when there was an article in the newspaper that reggae music was dead. Now that Bob Marley was dead, that reggae now dead.
yeah.
The roots, especially. Yes.
But you know, other type of music Bob Marley was always playing here. Always playing here from I was a little child, you know. I seen Bob Marley. He was always highlighted more.
Yes.
More than everyone. So you know, to know Bob Marley music is just like normal.
Yes.
It's just like walking in Jamaica. You hear it everywhere most times, you know?
Of course.
And Dennis Brown is the other singing. When you call them singers, these are the singers when I was growing up I would hear most. Dennis Brown and Bob Marley.
Probably Gregory.
I wouldn't hear Gregory a lot. I wouldn't hear Bunny Wailer too much.
Yes.
Too much. Unless it's in the group.
Yes.
You know?
But a Bob Voice are the one will come out the most.
Yeah, Bob Voice are the one because he was like a background guy.
Yes.
And I think people mostly had him like that, and he had to broke out of that shell, you know, and show them that he you know, being a background is very powerful because you have to know how to blend all the voices and be the bridge between everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For real. So, you know, we're going to finish early today. Come in, I want to exhaust you. You have the rest of your day. So,
yeah, man.
As a young artist coming up, I'd like to thank you so much, Troytanium. And just because the show done, it don't mean to say the connection done. This is just the beginning, hopefully.
Yeah, man. You know?
Yes.
more things about Bunny Wailer, more things in my career, more things
Yes.
when I'm gonna release more stuff, you know?
Yes, of course, of course. And we'll love
I
to
give
have
you
you
the
on again
exclusive.
and continue to
Yeah.
support. We've had last month, I don't know if you had time to watch any of the past shows on YouTube, but when you're ready, look on the YouTube.
Yeah.
Last 2 months ago, we did a show about women in reggae music. So we had an artist from Kenya, an artist from Gambia, and two sisters from UK who have been singing from when. So every month we have a different theme. Yes.
Yeah.
So
All
check
right.
that out when you're ready. Any final words for the people then before we sign out?
Yeah, man, I just said I just love and blessing to each and everyone all over the world, you know, ancestral love, ancestral blessing, and we have to just remember as Bunny Wailer and the ancestors, so we have to know our roots and connect to our roots.
Yes.
Don't forget our ancestors, and you know, just keep the tradition going on.
Yes.
King Selassie, blessings, you know,
Yes.
Marcus Garvey, every one of them who played a part, and we just carrying on the tradition, and we gotta be aware what's going on now, and we just gotta be stronger and ready for the fight, spiritually, physically, everywhere, you know. And just check me out on Instagram Troytanium, in Facebook Troytanium, and YouTube Troytanium. All of them things there, you know?
Yes, and we will share. I'll share the link on the bottom of this show as well, so people can just link up as well.
Yeah.
So Troytanium, we will talk. Thank you, blessed love, for being here with us today and taking time out of your schedule on a Sunday.
Yeah, man, it's a pleasure and it's a duty, you know, with the ancestors work, Bunny Wailer. It's just joy, you know.
Yes, give thanks. Blessed
Yeah,
love.
give thanks. You
All
know.
right.
Blessed.
We will link up.
Yeah,
now.
man.
Give thanks.
All
His
right.
Majesty. Yes.
His Majesty.
Yes.
Blessed.
Bless. All right, people. I'm gonna give you one more bunny, and just want to say thanks again to Troytanium for being here, to DJ Fluid Irie for being here. Sorry that John couldn't be here. He did message me and he apologized that he couldn't be with us today. And in closing, just to once again give honor and thanks to Bunny Wailer, Mr. Neville Livingston O'Reilly the Great, Order of Merit. I think he received the Order of Merit, and the Order of Distinction was bestowed upon him in 2017. Winner of 3 Grammy Awards. He did a show, 1986, he did Madison Square Garden show in New York. And the show was so good. He begged the audience. He didn't beg. The audience wanted more. Bunny didn't stop. So his manager went and said, "Oh, can you give us more time?" He got more time. After that, Bunny Wailer was given an official day and title in New York. So New York has a Bunny Wailer Day because that's how wonderful this man was. So thank you so much for tuning in today. It's been wonderful. And we hope that Mama Jean, Bunny Wailer's wife, who I believe she has dementia, mental health issues, and I think this is one of the reasons why it hasn't been easy to find her. So we hope that she's found very soon. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm just gonna give you one bunny. I think Pass It On is probably gonna be the best one to give you. More Reggae Rasta Reasoning coming up next month. Stay tuned, so I'll let you know when that'll be happening. Musafing signing out. Pass it on. And hope to be with you again next month. Bless up, people.
What your hands do
Thanks to everybody who took time to tune in, and everybody who will be tuning in also as time goes on. And we're so appreciative of everybody who takes their time to listen to Reggae Rasta Reasoning. So we're signing out for now. Bunny Wailer tribute. Bunny Wailer, mwah, mwah. We love you so very much. And until next time. And if anybody has any requests for any artists or any themes in particular, please let me know on Musakando on Facebook, Musakando on Instagram. Get in touch. Feel free to get in touch. If you have any themes you want to discuss, or any artists or any aspects of the music internationally, then please get in touch. Okay?
Live for yourself.